So tonight, or today even, we will be covering the Idaho case, updates for everywhere, but I'm about to go live over on Facebook and Instagram. Right, let's see. Let's go live on Instagram and live on Facebook. Hi Facebook, happy Sunday. Hi Insta, happy Sunday. Right, okay. I hope these are all good. I will just build an audience. I'm a little early. Right, okay, let's see. Oh, you're joining now. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Remember and like the video, comment and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. This light's terrific. Right, hold on. I'm so sorry about the noise. The boys are playing up massively. Massively. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all good. Facebook, you've turned up now. I'm sorry I'm a little early. But I have finished all the annuals for today. I'm doing the mini Zooms after this. So it is the £25 reading. So you just wait in the waiting room and then you have come into myself. You don't need to put your camera on if you don't want to. And you have 2 questions and I'll give you 3 cards. I'll give you what I get before you ask your questions in the hope I'll answer them before you need to ask me. But if you want to book that, just PM the page. I'm literally doing it straight after these lives. Some ladies have already booked. Hey, happy Sunday. I had to come live. I had to. We have so much to catch up on. I'm early today. Well, I'm not actually due to be live today, but I thought, right, let's do it because there's been so much unfolding. But also, I'd made today a content day. So I want to make the most of it, hence why I've already done the annuals and I'm going to do the mini Zoom. So if you'd like to book a reading, you get it today. Just message a page. Yeah, I was gutted when I realised you went live tonight. Surprise then. Okay, so they're all joining. And when I decided this, the weather wasn't so good. It seems to be brightening up a little now. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for subscribing as well. Happy Sunday. Right, reminds me, Facebook and Instagram to keep slowing down because YouTube seem to be getting better. They are doing well, but looking back in some of my videos, when I get very excited, that is it. If you're not Scottish, you have no idea what I'm saying. So we'll keep the juicy stuff to the end of the live. Right, okay. Booked in for the 6th of May, so excited for it. Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm on YouTube as well, Sarah. Oh, thank you everyone for joining. I'm just making sure everyone's joined because I know I had said on the post just before 4 and it's a little before 4, let's say that. It's more than a minute, put it that way. Oh, thank you. Right, okay. It's been a week, guys, hasn't it? It's all kicking off. I'm coming with facts. Right, so we're going to start on the... Some of these comments in YouTube. Right, okay, so we're going to start in Donald Trump. Disclaimer in advance, I am not a Donald Trump supporter, never will be, so I just want to put that across. But I do love American politics and I think it's good to find out exactly what's going on in the world and simplify it for everyone else who maybe is not as interested but still needs to know what's going on. So 3 things Donald Trump did at the Pope's funeral. Chewing gum, on his phone and wearing a navy suit. Like, what the hell? I honestly don't think he cares. If you are on my Instagram and Facebook story, you will know I update my story quite often with updates of the case. So if you're not on my Instagram or Facebook, it is Christie's Readings across the board. We are live over the platforms just now, so you should find it easy to find us. But give us a little follow because I do update in my story. Trump has reassured everybody that he's in talks with over 200 countries. Trump. We have 195 countries. Now then, Christian messaged me last night and went, actually we have 197, but it gets very political. So we have 195 countries, but he's in talks with over 200 countries. This is a man that's running one of the biggest countries in the world. Is that not scary? Or is that just me? Oh, thank you for your subscribe and your follow. I am Scottish. Somebody's saying let's get married. I'm too busy today. Sorry, what's your name? Homelander. Maybe another day. You Couldn't run a bath. Well, so the Trump, this is where it gets sad, all right, but keeping everyone in the know. The Trump administration has deported 4 children who are US citizens. One of the children had metastatic cancer. They were deported without any medication, no treatment plan, and no access to their USA doctor. Now, the second child is a 2-year-old that was deported without sufficient due process, according to a judge in Louisiana. So I'm presuming that means they didn't have the right paperwork. But how sad that children are getting deported. And I did see at the start of the week that there were meetings being held for 4-year-olds about getting deported. What was their intention to be in this country? Imagine that. Someone just said in YouTube, twerk immediately. Aye, you wish. You wish. You're going to need to pay for a site like that, pal. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Oh, too funny. Right, okay, let's see. Right, okay. The Virginia Giuffre, we are going on to that next. I'm going to need to put you in timeout, Homelander. You're repeating yourself, and I don't want you to embarrass yourself if you've got a stutter. So what we'll do, we'll just hide user on this channel. Oh, can I not just tell you to beat it? Okay, well, you're away. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Remember, like and comment on the video, and that's why I don't mind with the trolls on YouTube. Still make me money. Mind watch the adverts. Thank you. I don't even know where this is from. Right, okay, so Virginia Giuffre. We did a video on Virginia Giuffre just about 3 weeks ago today. Now, we discussed in the video, which I'm not seeing being reported much of, crime creators, influencers, however you would say what their job was. But people were saying, like, through spirit boxes, like, she didn't commit suicide. This is something to do with the royals. And I'm assuming you guys would expect me to say the same. If you have seen any of my crime stories, you will know that if I see a conspiracy theory, I love to debunk it, but I'll be very upfront about it. I sadly believe that Virginia Giuffre took her own life on Friday. The reason I feel this is because when we spoke about it in the video, she was a lady that had lost her family. She had lost her recent relationship, which she'd been in for a lot of years. She was 41. She didn't know life without her husband and her children. And when you lose control over things like that, it can send you a lot of different ways. Now, her uncle and her father both spoke out 3 weeks ago to say her mental health was not good at all. Now, I know that Virginia Giuffre, had popped up a post to say if anything ever happened to her and it looked like suicide, she is definitely not suicidal and she's not wanting to take her own life. But I feel that statement was made before the incidents took place. She had pending court cases. She was also being sued. So there was a lot more going on behind the scenes. And it's only my opinion as a psychic, but I truly, truly believe that she took her own life on Friday, and I feel she attempted to take her own life about 14, 15 days ago and was unsuccessful. I think it's very sad, more so because she is a victim of sexual abuse, effectively a primary witness, in the Prince Andrew case. And because obviously she is wrapped up with Epstein, Prince Andrew, it would be easy to think that that's the case, but I just psychically don't get it. I really, really don't. I popped the video out with Prince Andrew today because that is the video that he says he doesn't sweat, and he goes on and on and on about it because that's the only thing he can hold on to. Why didn't he go on about the fact he was in the house all that night or what else he was doing? He went on about, he focused on the fact that he doesn't sweat, but you're in the photo. You're in the photograph. And you've got to remember, technology wasn't the way it is now. What do we think? Are you shocked that I think that? Were you expecting me to say that? We're going on to Obama after this. Thanks for joining, everybody. Numbers are brilliant. And thanks for your likes and comments as well. Thank you. No, didn't think it was the royals either. I know it would be easy to think that, but I know, Mirren, it's all right. Listen, because see when I post the video, all the comments leave, but it's still interaction. It helps the video get out there. Look at the amount of people watching. It's fine. I live in Scotland. Afternoon, Cara. I hope you're good. Some people write some wild comments in YouTube though. Like, they're the people that sit in their rooms on their own and their chats that random. Nobody knows how to take them, so they isolate themselves. Boo. She was dealing with so many demons. It's sad for her family. I agree. Hi, and Dundee. What do you think of the Trump's actions at the funeral? So I've just been over them, chewing the gum on the phone in a navy suit. I don't think he's got any self-awareness whatsoever. He also, if you've seen my story, he is trolling the Democrats. He's got a hat made, Trump 2028, and he's put it out as his merch already. So he's already trolling the Democrats that he might run in 2028. My question is, will he be alive then? Will he be able to? Likely not. And if you haven't seen my predictions already, I don't see him being here for the start of 2026. Oh, I also see the death penalty for P. Diddy, but I feel like we'll not know about that till October time. So we'll keep an eye out. We're up to date with the trials anyway. There is not much on the P. Diddy. I wasn't even going to come on to that, but we'll cover it quickly. The only thing in the P. Diddy trial is that now, in fact, actually, there is Cassie's video at the hotel. The judges basically deemed the plea deal, and Diddy knocked it back and was like, I don't want a plea deal. So the judge was like, ah, brilliant. What we're going to do instead then is we're going to use the video of Cassie in the hallway in the hotel as the evidence against you. So originally, there was a chance that that wasn't getting used, but it is. I must admit, my first thoughts were suspicious. I would have found it suspicious with Virginia Giuffre if the incident hadn't happened 3 weeks ago. But we did deep dive that a lot. Now, some crime creators on TikTok and things are saying about the bus, it was going 125 miles an hour. No, it wasn't. It was a minor accident. She admitted herself to hospital. She wasn't actually driving the car. It was a farmhand female that was driving the car who also came out and said that didn't happen, and that Virginia was going to release a statement in a few days to let everybody know what exactly happened, and she never did. But her uncle and her father came out and said her mental health was really bad. No, she's not in from. I'm Scottish. What the hell? I live in Scotland. That's the start. My son fell and banged his head. Oh, hope he's okay, Linda. She's calling him an egghead. Hi, Carol. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Alison. The Scott and Vale. She's from Coatbridge here too. I love that. Thank you. Apparently you don't have a strong enough accent to be Scottish, Chris, to get your speed up and talk like we usually do. Right, okay, back into normal chat then. How dare you think I'm another language? There's been a murder. Why do people always say that? Love from Los Angeles to the family in Scotland. Hi, Johnny. I hope you're good. That's great, Susan. Whatever tickles your pickle. Right, okay. So next we're going on to Obama and Michelle. Oh, the tea is real. I told yous all. And I told yous to get a vodka that night because I was at Obama's hanging about with Jennifer Aniston. Michelle has started a podcast and she's not really denied it, but that podcast is going to be where we're going to get the tea. So I would suggest if you're on YouTube, you follow subscribe to Michelle Obama's podcast. Now, she's addressed some of the podcasts that some years in marriage aren't great, and she was like, sometimes it can be a full year. Fuck that. Why would you want, that's a year out your life that you're never going to get back for your own happiness. But she did address it, and I do think the podcast is where we're going to hear all the reveal. She obviously hasn't addressed Jennifer Aniston, but I think she knows. I'm not Irish. I'm going to need to block this person. I think they're projecting out because they've lost their identity, and they're trying to project it onto me. I'm laughing at everybody in the comments. So they're like, she's Scottish, she's Scottish. Calm down. Simmer it down to a riot. No Glasgow kisses, it's all right. We get paid for their comments. Let them roll. I'm good, Joseph. How are you? Do you think Ghislaine Maxwell will get out? Nope, definitely not. I see her always being behind bars. Thanks everyone for joining in South Carolina. I was actually looking forward to go live on YouTube today because I know the time difference as well, so I thought it'd be quite interesting. So she's got a podcast. Obama was at a dinner date. I feel like I'm stalking him. I think it was Sunday night, but I don't know who he was with. He went in, he had his dinner, but I never seen him leaving, or I couldn't see the update for him leaving. So as far as I know, he's still in the restaurant. Now, if anyone is wanting a mini Zoom, I don't know if you would want it reading after this, but if anybody wants a mini Zoom, after this live, it is the £25 one. You get 2 questions. I'll give you 3 cards. You don't need to come on the camera if you don't want to, but just message Facebook and Insta. I don't want American issues. I want Scottish issues. Tired of being American. Ryan. Ryan, but that's the content for the day. I'm sorry, pal, but I would be watching maybe BBC News, Sky News, if you're like, but we are coming on to Keir Starmer in a minute, so hang about and that might tickle your pickle. Right, okay. Can he please everybody? What's happening with Diddy? He rejected his plea deal. Now they're using the Cassie video in the hotel against him as evidence. So he's basically toast. Oh, too funny. It's a trick question, that YouTube. Sorry about the noise, guys. Right, okay. So, Keir Starmer. Ryan H, are you there? This segment's for you. Right, so I don't know if you have noticed, but Lady Victoria Starmer has not been really kicking about. She's disappeared for a while. Also, if you haven't already noticed, now I haven't spoke about this yet purposely because I actually wanted to do a full live on it. But Starmer's in with the media. He's in with the journalists. They're gatekeeping his personal life, his secret family, and it's all starting to dribble out, as it does, bit by bit. Now, she did attend the Pope's funeral. She did not attend the Pope's funeral. She done a Michelle Obama and went, I'm not doing this anymore. Do you think they're in their own group chat like that? No, we're fighting back. This is why I wanted to address the Keir Starmer situation. So if you haven't seen the video of Jim Davidson, has anyone seen it? Where he is out in Lord Alley, is it? And Keir Starmer basically saying he caught them in a compromising position. But Jim Davidson has come out and said, I did not start that rumour. It is categorically not true. But TikTok being TikTok and social media being social media, this video is still circulating. But I just thought I better let you know it's definitely not true. But what I did find out was that the media are basically gatekeeping Keir Starmer and his family life. What the question with that is now, bearing in mind, they basically took Boris out of power by scrutinising his relationship, his family life, basically everything he'd done. Whether Keir Starmer, they're like, no, we're not going to do that. That tells me there's big secrets. Starmer, I'm on to you, and I'm about to say it. September, October and November, I do not feel good for the Starmers. I want to say, like Trump, Keir Starmer might have more veins than Bernardo's. I'm just saying. And a man might come forward and put his hand up and say he connects with him. But also, I think Lady Victoria knows more than we know. And I don't feel it's the allegations that are out just now, but I feel it's to do with money. Thank you to everyone who is messaging to book their readings. Admin's in the mail, so don't worry, they'll take your bookings just now. So that's what I'm wanting with that, with the media. So have a wee look and you'll see Lady Starmer looks horrific. So I didn't want to touch on it because I'm not one for speaking about someone's looks, but you are right. I did see a before photo and the recent photo of her, and she's very thin and very gaunt looking. And all us ladies know, when you're on the heart rate diet or you take a wee shock like that, that's the first thing that happens. The weight flies off you. Ryan, what did you think of that? Thank you, thank you. Right, the Madeleine McCann case, which again, most of the cases we are covering today, they have full videos on our playlist, or if you're looking for our previous lives, just go onto my YouTube channel, click the live button, and you'll see all the lives that we've uploaded from when we started doing this on a Sunday evening. Madeleine McCann case, you ready for it? £108,000 they've gave them now to find Madeleine McCann, and it's reviewed on an annual basis. Scotland Yard have had over £13 million in the last 18 years. What the hell? Oh, Facebook, thank you, thank you. What do you think? I've already put it out there. There's a full video on it. They always say there's a suspect with Madeleine McCann, but they've not arrested him. I don't believe it is. The 7:30, we have spoke about it. Check the full video. I'll not keep going on and on about it, but if you have donated to them and you want to know where your monies went to, get in touch with Ofcom and ask them, please. The heartbreak diet, yep, 100%. Worse than the Manjaro. Shouldn't laugh. They sure are. Why is a charity a limited company and not registered as a charity? Good question. And this is why I love doing these lives, because you tell me things that I don't know. Ryan H, you need mods. I'm not really bothering, Ryan, because as soon as I post the video, the comments go away. It's fine. Thick-skinned over here. Too much coincidence. Yeah, definitely. Right, okay. The Idaho 4. This is a deep dive one. I think this is our last one, but this is a lengthy one. We have like 3 pages to get through. So we'll have a wee bit of our coffee. I'll check your comments and then we will deep dive it. And then it's TikTok. And if you haven't, I have popped a TikTok video up the other day. I did pop it onto our YouTube as well, but I'm leaving it to last. Coffee. Pete, shut up. Sit down. Come on. I heard if they stop the money, the full information could come out. Oh, that's interesting as well, though, Alison, and that would make a lot of sense. I've put my thoughts on the Madeleine McCann case. Like you know, when I do the crime cases, I'm as honest as they come as and what I get with it. And I'll always stick with it once I've said it. Hence why looking into the Idaho. Seeing you makes me feel like you're the one. Thanks for that. You can watch the video back and I'll always be the one then. Okay. Build me up, Buttercup. What's your rate? £40 for half an hour. Book in for a Zoom. Right, okay. Thank you, everyone who's booking the readings. You're off your head booking the readings after this live. I've not even finished yet. It's all right, Kirsty. I'm coming on to it. After the Idaho, though. Chris Watts, the murder. Do you think Nicole was involved? It's been brought up again. I have done a crime story on that as well. That crime case was one of the first that I really deep dived and actually taught myself to research off the back of the documentary. And it's a case that always sticks with me, always sticks with me. Right, okay, the Idaho 4. This is interesting. Now, again, if you've already watched my YouTube live, you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Julie Cuthbert and book a reading, guys. You won't regret it, especially the trolls. I will give you positivity and put you back on a good road so you're not projecting all your twisted and bitterness out. It's the positive 212 crew over here. Right, carry on's out my head again. We're getting back to business. The page is going nuts. She's really do crack me up though. I'm like, I don't know if I watched these live if I would want to read them. Right. Thank you, thank you. Listen, even the trolls, it's a Sunday, we're all allowed a wee bit of banter. You're not feeling yourself, we're happy to entertain that and validate you and make you feel better about it. In fact, it's like the next thing we're coming on to with TikTok, so don't worry, stall the bus there. Right, Idaho 4. So there's been a lot of court documents that's come out this week. Oh, loads and loads and loads, but I've tried and take some of the pinpoints that everything that we spoke about that then would go in with what we've already said. So Dylan Morton actually did see Xana when she was on her way to Bethany's room. Her head was towards the wall and her feet were towards the door. Dylan thought Xana was drunk and had passed out. When she got to Bethany's room, she locked the door though. So if she was frightened, first things first, now that's part of the court document, so that's exactly, allegedly what's happened. If that was your friend, now if that was Vicky or MD, I wouldn't leave her. I would need to go and get up, stop making an idiot of yourself, get into your bed. But the fact she locked the door tells me she was scared, so why would you leave a friend out there passed out if you think there's an intruder in the house? I would be grabbing her with one ankle and taking her with me because that's what friends do. So there's your first red flag, which as a psychic, I think's a massive red flag. Also, she thought she was passed out. No, wait a minute. This has been a bludgeoned murder. There should be blood everywhere. So if she was passed out, you're confirming you did not see any blood in that room because you've just assumed. So Dylan called friends at 11:50 the next day to come and check the house. Dylan, Bethany and the friend Hunter had walked up to the second floor, which is their living room. Hunter went to the kitchen to get a knife. So that would tell you that there has been some sort of chat before that there's either been an intruder, there's been some sort of fight, or he's fearing for his safety, or he's taking that for his safety. Now, if you are worried about someone possibly passed out in that house, you're not going to be thinking that the worst. You would just be going to help that person. So I find it strange, and I don't disagree with that boy Hunter for taking the knife, but I find it strange that was his initial reaction, was to go and get the knife. So that tells me he was already alerted that something wasn't right. Hunter walked into the room, instructed the roommates to call 911 and get everyone out the room and out the house, basically, because he'd obviously seen Xana, which a lot of people said credit to him for protecting his friends, which I totally agree with, but also preserving the crime scene to a certain extent. But didn't need preserved because they were going to do their own thing anyway. The new documents also suggest Kaylee was attacked with multiple weapons. Now, this is something we've not heard before. With multiple weapons, it was also said she was punched in the face. So, before that, they've said it's the holder of the knife that they found, but now they're saying that it's more than a knife. And when they're saying multiple weapons, they've already said in the court documents they don't just mean other knives. So there must be something else. We have identified it. Oh, Q, shut your face. What else? Apparently the suspect tried to clean the crime scene. He could have been doing the spot cleaning. Now, spot cleaning, if you're into crime, you'll know this. Spot cleaning is when you're just taking all the fingerprints away, like the door handles, everywhere that you have touched. So they're saying possibly the crime scene could have been spot cleaned. It would need a mop and a bucket to clean up the amount of blood if what has happened, alleged has happened, has actually happened. Bullshit. Right, okay. So, Kaylee Gonzalez's father did a YouTube live, which I found so interesting, but also makes me think if you were wanting your daughter's case to be heard in court the right way with the right justice, would you be talking all over social media right now and all over the internet? And some of the things that he has said, I would say that is new information, but he's also making out that the FBI has guaranteed him that Brian Kohlberger is going to get done for this. So I'm going to read out some of the points of the podcast, but you can go and check the podcast out for yourself. Right, so he starts with the subpoenas. The subpoenas are being sent out that makes him believe that this case is moving in the right direction. He's happy with the judge and feels that the judge is a leader. He also says he's not a fan of gag orders. He went into the history of the gag orders. He thinks the facts and the truth should not be suppressed. So he did go into great detail to why gag orders shouldn't be in place and things like that. He spoke when Kaylee got out of school late October and moved out that she was living at the family home for the 2 weeks before she went to 1122 Kings Road that night. It made a lot of speculation around BK planning and trying to commit the perfect crime. So he speaks a lot in the podcast or in the YouTube live about how he thinks it was all premeditated. Now, there is, I will come back to it in a minute, there was a profile on Reddit and Facebook before Brian Kohlberger got arrested, and this person was giving out details of the case before it came to light. So I think that's where that's come off the back of. Now, also the father, Stephen Gonzalez, which we have done a live in Jack Decor last week. But Jack Decor was brought up, who's now got Kaylee's dog. He knows Jack's not a suspect, as the cast data showed that he was rolling about in bed at the time. So they're saying that they've checked his cell phone activity and that it's that specific, that's what they can see. I'll be interested to see if there is truth behind that. Oh, you booked in for your money? I'm coming off soon and I'm looking forward to read for you all. He also confirmed that Brian Kohlberger had a hunting and a fishing licence when he did buy the knives. He spoke about Brian Kohlberger's arrest. Now, it was the day of the celebration of Maddie and Kaylee, but the Gonzalez family was actually told the night before that it was Brian Kohlberger was the suspect. Right, okay. He also mentions the LinkedIn account. So there was a LinkedIn account that appeared and then disappeared, but he's now said on the YouTube live the FBI was actually in charge of that LinkedIn and they were the ones that removed it. He became very overconfident, and this is the part I didn't like in the live, and he was saying that the FBI told him that he's going to get done for it, that nobody will be walking free from this. He spoke about a size 13 shoe as well. He basically said he would do jail time for MD speaking out and not speaking factual information about his daughter. But also he's putting out threats that he'll do jail time for it. He said that the jury that's selected and seated, he's going to let it all out. He's ready for Ann Taylor. So he's already speaking about the jurors that are being selected and how they're going to be seated, or the fact that when they're seated, he's going to start telling his truth, etc. Can someone remind, and I know it's his daughter, but can someone remind that man that he wasn't part of the crime scene? He doesn't actually know what happened either. He said he knows about the white car, but I can't help but think that these parents have been held off at anger at the start and they've been looking for someone to be angry at. The police have then brought in Brian Kohlberger, which Stephen Gonzalez says that one of Brian Kohlberger's sisters assisted on his arrest. Which I just think's a dirty move again. I just think if this is going to court, it seems a bit like to and thrown, which I'm going to tell you in a second what I've uncovered, what I was going to put in it next Sunday's live. He also said Brian was a 27-year-old loser living with his family. He wants to work, he said once he is convicted, he wants to work on charities regarding helping victims. He also said 2 victims died of internal injuries, which I did find interesting, because would that make sense? Is Zana one of them? Is that why there was no blood? Because it was internal bleeding? But it doesn't make sense then with a knife. But he did say that Kaylee had been punched in the face. And the Reddit profile, Papa Rogers, it was called, it basically deactivated the day that Brian Kohlberger got taken to jail. He's saying that could have been Brian Kohlberger and that was a fantasy that he was trying to play out. Very interesting. But while I was doing my homework from last Sunday's live, before all this took place this week, I used my psychic vibe and I fell into the pastors in Idaho, the churches. And apparently in Idaho, there is a big cult where drinking, certain behaviours are not tolerated. And if you look on Google reviews to these churches and these pastors, you might start to see a pattern. One thing I want to cover is the jacket that was found outside. If you look in the CCTV, that jacket is oversized. For Maddie, that's not her jacket, I would presume. Could it have been someone else's jacket? And she's left it there for them to get as she's went in the house, or has someone else left it there? Something else I just wanted to bring up. Yep, so that is where we're at. What do we think? Thank you everyone for joining. I'm going to need to block you because you're putting time out. There we go, 24 hours, keys all peace. Surely he has prejudice. The case has been given information out before the jury hears it. Stacey, that's exactly what I was thinking. But it's a big rant on YouTube. It's Stephen Gonzalez. And he is ready for Ann Taylor. I think Ann Taylor's ready for him. And I'm actually glad that it's Ann Taylor that's on Brian Kohlberger's case. They have also said that they will not use the autism diagnosis, so he will be eligible for the death penalty if he's found guilty. Thanks, Scott and Wales. I'll see if I can see it again when it comes up. I think it's, yeah, the message has been reviewed, it's fine. Right, okay. The next thing. I'll wait to see your comment. Lots to think about. Is he going to get a fair trial? I don't think so. I think the church and the university and the local politicians are the cover-up. The information from parents talking and evidence could declare a mistrial. Full case is bizarre. I totally agree, Amanda. Totally agree. Key suspects in the Kim Kardashian. Right, okay, 10 million parish. Robbery dies suddenly, taking secrets of heist. Oh my word, you're joking, Ashley? I never even thought of that. So Kanye West has came out. Now, I told you this on a story. I did predict it. Giuffre stars. It's all correct. Giuffre stars said it's true. The rumours are true. And that wasn't allegedly. I read that. He said it. Right, okay. Good gorgeous young Lorraine Kelly. I'll take that. Jesus, where did you get that from? My gift you gave me it, Jesus. Jeez, oh. I'm going to get shot at that. Hi in Peru. Thank you for watching. Right, okay. Are we ready to go on to the last topic? And then it's time for me to do readings. I'm looking forward to it though. I love a wee mini Zoom because you don't wait in the waiting room and then I just go one by one by one. Can you please say top of the morning to you? Top of the morning to you. I'm Scottish though, not Irish. Sorry to the Irish that I might have offended you. But top of the morning to you all. Every day's a school day though. Sometimes trolls get educated. I love it. Right, okay, TikTok. So I popped a video up on Thursday and it was round just parents exploiting their children on social media, TikTok in particular, but they're masking it as educating the world on autism, ASN, additional needs, whatever it may be. Popped a wee video out. I also mentioned the word label in it to say, like, it's easy to get a label. Watch the video, you'll see it for yourself. But I don't know if it was a prediction or not. But obviously I've seen Scottish TikToks kicked off the last 2 days regarding a Scottish creator and the podcast, oh my God, Secret Mums, is it? The Secret Mum Club. Where the lovely lady, like myself, has basically said, like, she doesn't want her wee one labelled or anything like that. She doesn't want to go ahead with diagnosis. Yada, da, da, da. She was just having her opinion as her mum on her daughter. A certain creator, a Scottish creator, has then went and said that she is deeply offended that the word label's been used and yada, da, 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 da. This same creator is the creator that goes for other people but doesn't like it when it's brought back to them. And I just feel so sorry for the lady with the podcast. She's got about 2.5 million subscribers, so she's a lovely lady. She knows her content. That lady had to come out and apologise yesterday. Basically apologise for having an opinion on her own daughter. When in reality, you should have an opinion on your own child. You should never apologise for doing the right thing by your child. But again, a certain Scottish creator had an opinion on that child, but doesn't like when people have an opinion on them. I've seen a video this morning where that creator's now very upset that this has all happened, and she compared her trolling today to someone who, what was it? Someone who does something to children. What was it? It'll come back to me. That hurts children. I've had worse trolling than somebody that hurts children. Imagine comparing. So that kind of sets the education side of it. And that's the bit I wanted to touch on. You only ever advocate for yourself. You only ever advocate for your own child. And you use your experience and hope if you chat it out that you're either going to inspire another mum, educate another mum, or just be relatable to another mum and let them know like you're there, you're going through the same experience. Every child is different. But the bit that I want to touch on with TikTok is the fact that you can't make those types of videos. And if you look at this certain creator's content, it's constant clapbacks. She went for Paul Craig a few months ago on a podcast for how the story he told around a child with autism. I don't know the ins and outs, but as you know, Paul Craig is a local sportsman from my local area as well. But also I couldn't understand why this guy was taking so much heat off a completely different podcast, nothing to do with, again, that community whatsoever. But said creator went for them, and you start to see it being a trend if you look through the videos. That said creator's now on crying this morning about the amount of trolling. Here's what I want to say on that. I'm entitled to my opinion alongside anyone else, considering the journey I'm on at the moment. And I think to myself, why would you want to put your children out there? You're saying all these trolls are saying really bad things about your children, but you're actually hiding behind your children. You're using them as the content to deflect and take responsibility for what you've said. But also, I'm going to say it, it's not the first time this has happened. It's a trend in TikTok with this creator. A lot of people are endorsing it. And there's a fashion brand called Cedar Rose. It begins with a C, C-E-D-A-R, Rose. Go and check that lady's videos out on TikTok. That poor lady has took so much hate in the last 2 weeks because of said creator. And now said creator's crying because she's taking hate for something else, but you didn't think of what you were doing to that small business or that brand because maybe you weren't happy with it. But I watched a video for this Cedar Rose, and that poor lady, even psychically she was absolutely broken in two. So if you see her on TikTok, please give that lady a follow because I think she deserves the support. But also, if you're a mum in TikTok and if your creators literally enabling this and bumming this creator up, you're just as bad as them. Now, anybody who speaks out apparently gets trolled regarding this. I just want to make it very, very clear. I am more than ready. I'm more than ready for reactions, responses. I will use it all as content because there is a live coming on YouTube in the next 3 weeks around TikTok, around exploiting your child, around creators' behaviours and how they manipulate their followers to bring in the hate train, but they don't like when it comes back. So everything that's playing out just now, there was a live going to be planned in the next 2 weeks. So that's why I want to address it just now. But I just think it's disgusting. What do you think? It's savage, 100%. Do you think so, Reaper? This is, like, I'm all right with that. But I'm more than ready for it. For the sheer fact, like, I think everyone has a duty of care as a creator, but also you have a duty of care as a mother. And you never bash another mum. Nobody's the best mum in the world, but everybody's trying to do their best, and that's the way I like to think it. And I'm sure that creator's very upset today with all the trolling, but to compare it to someone who's bad to children, that you're getting worse, that just kind of says it. That literally left a bad taste in my mouth, even psychically. I could do predictions on this, but I'm not going to. But what I will say is the people you kick in the way up are sure to kick you in the way back down. And we did do a prediction about this round about August, September last year. 100%. But if you notice, it's always everyone else's fault. That's it. The public get the blame this morning. The public get the blame for it. Like, come on. And do you know what? See, if, again, I understand it can be people's jobs. Would you sit in a job that made you that miserable? Would a workplace allow you to sit in a job that miserable without saying, I think you need to take time out? I think it's read the room. But no, this creators, what I learned when I was deep diving this to do this content today is I wasn't educated on that creator's child's disabilities as such. I was educated on what that does to her and how that makes her feel. But I wasn't educated on what that would do for that child. It was all about that creator, me. And even psychically I got it, and I'm a strong believer in what you put out, you get back. And I'm sure how you're feeling today, you've made a lot of other people feel like that. And I'm sure the next card that's going to be pulled is the mental health card, so cute. Right, are we happy with that? I've said my bit. If you give it out, you should be prepared to take it back. That's why I'm saying I'm more than prepared for all the responses, but please know I will use your content for my YouTube. And any creators enabling it, you've got to ask yourself, they're making videos enabling that creator's behaviour. What have you seen on TikTok about them? That's what you've got to ask yourself. I'm sure some of them have been hanging about with paedophiles. Someone used the N-word. But it's okay. This is their job. They're allowed to get away with that. Where's HR for TikTok? That's what I want to know. And anyone who says they're advocating for something, advocate for yourself. Just that's it. All you do is you advocate for yourself and your family. Now, Soul Reaper, I feel you're getting yourself a wee bit worked up there. Are we rattling your cage a wee bit? Do you want me to tell you what I get psychically? Let's see. Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. If you want to book the mini Zoom, feel free to PM the page just now. I will be shutting the mini Zoom at 4:45. So if you want to book anything after 4:45, I'll maybe put another mini Zoom out for another week or so. I'll let you know. Right, I'll be happy. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Soul Reaper, I can't understand anything you're saying. But do you not think that's more on you? Why would you still be sitting here watching if you don't know what I'm saying? Or why would you disagree with me if you don't know what I'm saying? Oh. Have you heard about the wellbeing bill that government are trying to get through? Yes, and know what I'm going to say? I had 3 MPs get in touch with me after that video to tell me ways if I wanted to try and help to push it through. So that's why I'm doing the YouTube live on it. There's more to come of this, a lot more to come of it. And what we've done is we've been screenshotting our analytics for the last 2 days to prove when we do something like this, what the trolling will be like after it. So it'll be all part of our content in the next 3 weeks. Hey girl, saying I'm going to subscribe and like. Thank you so much, Ina. And thank you to everyone who is booking their readings. I'm looking forward to read for you. There's that Soul Reaper going on. I'm going to need to put you in time out because I feel really sorry for you. You need to stop just hanging about in your room on your own all the time. And when you do, it's not our fault. Bye. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope you all have a lovely Sunday. I'm going to book in again, yous are nuts. And thank you to everybody who's already booked. I am going to have a wee 10-minute break and then I'm opening up the Zoom and it is full steam ahead. And there I have done everything I said I was going to do today. Again, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely Sunday. Stay safe, take care. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do your usual. Happy days.